be stranded. There's this tweet, there's this post here on X by Instablog Niger that reads, "We slept outside with mosquitoes. Adama pilgrims cry out after being stranded in Saudi Arabia despite paying 8.3 million naira each for Hajj." And a lot of reactions have trailed that. We'll bring you the video now, you get to watch it, and after which we are going to, get to also look at comments and reactions as regards that. The video.
Daga song ina ɗakin ki ba ki da lafiya ina kika kwana a waje ka kwana a waje Allah ya kyauta to a gaskiya ba mu ji daɗin wannan abun ba domin ba yadda za a yi a ce alhazawa kamar haka ka dubi kayan mutane a zuzoni a waje mutane suka kwana a waje is very wrong, very very wrong. Bai yi ba wayannan da kuke ganin su nan duka ba su da daki. Mama kina da daki a ina kika kwana amma ya masallaci baba ka samu daki baka samu daki ba kai mutumin ina ne wani local government Yola North kuma baka samu daki.
You can see that video there. You can hear someone interviewing them and asking them, "Ina kuka kwana," meaning where did you sleep? Some were responding, "Amasallashi," meaning in the mosque. Some saying outside. He even asked the elderly man there, asking that, "Where did you sleep?" I mean, ina kadaki, saying that, asking him where he slept, but he said he had nowhere to sleep. And regarding that, there are a lot of Nigerians have been reacting and responding, talking about that issue. We have those comments coming on X from Uzen V on X saying, "Old people were supposed to their house, eat 3 square meal comfortably. When I deceive them, carry them go another country to suffer them, or more. We wicked for this country. After all the suffering, where them DC for Niger." And that's that about that, talking about that. Looking at also H.A. Haruna on X has this to say, "Very sad and disappointing. Stranded and sleeping rough after paying millions. These Adama pilgrims have my sympathy. Total failure by those responsible. May Allah comfort them." And that's that about that from Harunade. S.T. Joseph also has this to say, "Until Nigeria stop subsidizing for religious pilgrimage, then we are serious about fraud. Nigeria corrupt officials uses traveling to Mecca and Jerusalem for money laundering and fraud." Femi, I would like to hear your reaction, talking about, when you're watching that video, I was talking behind the scene there, saying 8.3 million each of them having to pay for that. And, we're trying to look at maybe sponsorship or whichever way, but it's a pathetic situation having them to be stranded, sleeping outside because there's no, accommodation for them.
That's quite unfortunate. You paid millions or somebody helped you, whatever be the case, a slot costing as much as 8.23 million naira, only for you to sleep in at the mosque, on the ground, on the floor, because of pilgrimage in another man's country. That's unfortunate. The Hajj, logistics officer, whoever has done that to them, have a lot of explanations to make and compensation to give. So I'm sorry, whatever, something has gone wrong. Somebody has not done his work there in that particular place, either on this side, on that side. These things are very important to some persons, religious belief and the tenets and some, maybe one of the pillars of Islamic faith and all of those things when you have the means. So you paid, go through all of that or went through all of that, and then for you to be sleeping on the floor. No, that's not. I think this is 2026. This is not the medieval time, okay, where you say, "Oh, we serve God whatever it takes." We serve God whatever it takes, but He has given us brains to work.
That is to put things in place.
Organization, actually. So what happened? Is it that we couldn't, connect with the right people at the other side? Companies even do these things, apart from the state government and the federal government. Companies do these things as a job. So whatever be the case, it's a shame, actually. And trust me, well, because of the state of the nation, many persons will put this thing on the nation. It's not really Nigeria. I don't think it's Nigeria. There are people there are art commissions in every state. Art commissions in every state of Nigeria. That I'm very well aware of. So if actually they went with their state government, or it was a private arrangement, it's a shame on the people who are supposed to make the logistics. This is not on Nigeria. It's not everything that we should put on Nigeria. There are people that should do this work, and they have not done their work. They should apologize, and there should be compensation. And if X should roll, actually, if this is so that people will take their jobs very seriously.
All right, and that's that about that. However, let's move away from there. Let's go to this video circulating on social media talking about fake drinks, you know, that as the video shows it there. We get to watch the video first, and when we return, we get to give you a background about it, and we get to look at comments as regarding that. Stay with us.
So, you call your guy. You call him out. These are the products being produced. At the point of processing. Suspects, drinks. Where's the guy? Yes. You don't want to stop yes, these are the products. Production. Just set. Products. Where's your face? What's your name? Joy. Joy. Where are you from? You're a worker here? Yeah. What's your name?
Shoma.
Shoma, where are you from?
Anambra.
Where in Anambra? Mr. Anambra, you're telling me where in Anambra? Where in Anambra? What are you doing here? You're a worker? Huh? How much are you paying?
Yes, that's about that. You can see that video there, and there's this tweet coming through from Katyatyan on X saying, in this country, it feels like someone is just after your life in every corner. Anyone still drinking anything other than water has basically decided to gamble with their own life. Just stick to water, Biko. And a lot of reactions have trailed in us regarding that. We have a Maka O on X coming to say some people will gather empty bottle water of different companies, then pour in untreated water or well water to sell to people. They usually filter the water before pouring into the bottles. May God save us for this country. We also have another comment coming through from TK saying, wickedness. This country needs cleansing. Also, we also have another comment coming through still on X from D. Freya on X saying, even the water self, don't buy from those people selling in traffic. They are obviously selling you well water that can harm you. If you're traveling, buy your packs of water from a supermarket or go with your water from home. And also we have another comment coming through here from Evo on X saying, even water is not safe. All right, even the water safe. Okay, we have this coming from Evo. Let me pick it up from here saying, even water is not safe. On my way from Lagos to Ebonyi, I bought a bottle of water on a checkpoint and saw sediments in it. On a closer look, I realized those hawkers had a medicine by the side. They used to seal the bottle cover after filling it with water they got around the location. Femi, you can see a lot of comments and reactions talking about unsafe waters. You know, somebody's even suggesting that if you have to travel, it's better you get your water yourself. That a lot of people who are walking along the street, they just fill in water from maybe their own well or something. Your reaction to these as regards, and we are saying that most times we blame the government for bad things, but now this is Nigerian citizens, well, what we do to ourselves. Your reaction?
Most of the times you can't exonerate the government from these, but then you have to talk to humans' greed, all right? Because, the place of the government is these regulation and enforcement, all right? Because the reason why law enforcement agent is there is because it is envisaged that there are some people that will still move mad, actually, irrespective. The thing is, wherever there is human society, you find that there's somebody somewhere will always want to circumvent the process, and he's more on this side because it's a psyche thing, actually. I submit to you, Femi, this morning that if 10 persons are in a room and 10 million naira is distributed among them equally, they still want 1 million naira. There is this probability that somebody have a thought of taking another person's 1 million naira. Not that they want to, you are all have it now. There is possibility that somebody wants to say, how can I fleece
to steal
this person? So that is a place of government to say, oh, you will not do this. We will not allow you to do this. If you have done this, there should be consequences. That's on one side. But somebody is saying, if you are buying drinks, really, I 100% agree. I bought some drinks of late that, fizzy drinks that you open and you don't hear that shh thing. All right? That shows, number one, either it's expired, either it has been badly stored. There are some persons, you see it on the road. People will have their shop, they still put those stuff, inside the sun. I wonder why. This is your shop, you are the owner. They will carry those stuff from their shop. The shop will be empty or half empty. They put it in front of the drainage, all of those things. And the UV light, the ray of the sun, the sunlight, everything is destroying the thing. And when you buy, you are hurting yourself. Another part is this counterfeit thing that we are seeing. People are arranging. You can see the printing of the labels that you can hardly even decipher which one is true or not. Even when you think you want to have a good time and you're going to buy any of these drinks, you might just be buying something that will harm your kidney. No wonder kidney issues, challenges are on the rise in Nigeria.
Exactly.
So you must just, what I would say is why you cannot brew some of these things yourself. Just know where you are buying it from and let the government come hard. And it's not just about the government. It doesn't matter who is doing fake thing. It can be your brother. It can be your whatever. If you have you have a duty to that person to warn them. All right? That is if you are not even part of the proceeds that they are making. Because warn them
to be hard.
That there should be consequences. But it doesn't have to be. Your son too might be, there is principle of reciprocity. Your son too or children might be taking some harmful things. Who will help us in this particular? We don't have enough medical personnel. How many persons can even afford dialysis? How many? Have you don't shop? That's the question. You don't
shop. They say you want to do dialysis.
That's the question. Well, let's all be each other's key. I'm sure that particular bust must have, the intent must have been given by somebody who knows, on somebody who is being owed money. Head or tail.
Or maybe he's looking for a way to get his own gain from there. Either way.
What's it called now? There's a name, whistleblower policy. Let's speak up because it doesn't have to affect you, but it must still affect you. Definitely. That's wicked. It's a wicked thing.
All right, so let's quickly move away from there. We didn't have much time again. Let's go to issue of Ponzi scheme. It seems as if, this thing keep reoccurring, and when, it gets to crash, Nigerians get to learn. But before you know it, another maneuvering comes in, and we have another issue with that. However, there is an update coming through. A post on X from Trending Explain saying, victims of the crashed XM Ponzi scheme ransacked their office in Upper Badagry and carted away generators, chairs, fans, televisions, and other items, leaving the abandoned office empty. And you can see that post on our wall here, as the victims are ransacking the office there to cater out or whatever it is that they could take to at least suffice for whatever pain or whatever it is they have lost. We'll bring you the video now. You get to watch it just to see what actually happened in real sense, and then we get to look at comments and reactions as regarding that.
If I was meant to be, would be. So stop stressing about things that are beyond control. Being everywhere gets you nowhere. Our parents also try not to be poor. Big money never comes clean and clean. Money never comes big. Calendar is fake, we only have day and night. If you feel to cry, just cry, even if no one is there for you. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Even selling your own kidney, you need connections. Tomorrow is not promised.
It's a whole lot there. However, well, let's get to look at reactions and comments regarding that. Tell another bro on X says, greed don't turn people to looters again. X and Future Music. Now classic Ponzi. Now office they empty while investors they cry. Make we leave, learn a beg. Not saying like 100% return in 30 days. If it too sweet, it they poison. Stay woke. No let them use music. Sweet your money come out. Ponzi end in tears always. This warning has been coming over and over, but it seems as if Nigerians never learn. It's really sad. This is coming from Omar Becky saying it's really sad to see people losing their hard-earned money again. The Ponzi schemes are just pure lies. They don't do any real business. They only use new people's money to pay old ones until everything scatter. Please stay far away from anything that promises to double your money in a few days. It's a big trap. Don't let hunger or greed carry you go where you go regret. Protect your pockets and remember, quick money always ends in premium tears. Also, we have another comment coming through from CM Readers on X saying, it's high time we need to educate these people about this Ponzi scheme. Why do the government allow them operate in the first place? So any business can just come up and start running without the government doing its investigation before allowing them to operate, or what? That's a question there which the government will need to answer. Mazi Okwama saying this is the inevitable, chaotic end stage of every major financial scam when regulatory authorities fail to act quickly enough to freeze assets. Desperate victims resort to vigilantism and assets tripling to recoup even a tiny fraction of their stolen capital. Femi, you've seen what has happened, and you know, people trying to, by every means, even if it's chair that you used to imagine somebody investing $1 million, $2 million, and all you can carry is just one chair from the office of, you know. It's a sad one, actually. However, your reaction, it seems as if Nigerians don't get to learn. This one has just happened now. If another one should come tomorrow, you'll still see Nigerians venturing into these things. Why?
Person will invest $1 million or more, we carry chair. We can see chair carry, you know, at all.
You see something? All right.
Well, it speaks to our, you know, value system and the insatiable need of humans, actually, because it's official. But then it's Ponzi, actually. Oh, give us 2 hours, you triple your investment. You have double of your investment. It's just the way we are, actually, you know, because we are not new to this. You remember 20s, right? I'm trying to remember now, 2014, 15, because MMM says hi. You remember the thing went off around December. I remember that year because many persons had big plans that in the new year.
Now.
Oh,
they were ready to choke.
I mean, it was. In fact, this will send PTSD to some persons now. The MMM thing. All right, so
exactly.
It's because of greediness. Actually, there is nothing. Even stock market doesn't give you this kind of a thing. Like 100% investment in few hours, in few days, and now you now go there. The thing is, I don't want to sound insensitive, but I don't pity people who do this kind of a thing. It's always repackaged every season, every year. Oh, investment here, investment there. Ask them what are they doing with what you are giving them. Nothing. All right? And so some of us, because of our upbringing, it's hard. You know, because of where I come from, it's hard. We know the two like
to drop money anyhow.
So it's better they look the money, they look me.
They look me.
The thing is not even that enough, actually.
Not that, but without carry out.
The bottom line here is greed. For some, is ignorance. But for most persons, it's greed. All right. If it's too good, most likely it is not good.
Too
If
good
it's too
to be
good to be
true.
true, most likely it's not true. But the point is, what's today, Friday? If another thing is brought on Sunday morning, if these people that are carrying chair and buildings, they will still put their money inside. It's who we are, because they will say, or die, not die.
Well, and that's that about that, you know, a very sad one there, either for greed or ignorance. I just hope that Nigerians get to learn and do better. However, let's move to the story, talking about another man who was circulating, the video circulating on social media, who gave birth to twins. And he happens to be a marketsman known as Baba Ejima, and his market people, colleagues in the market, rally around him, you know, to celebrate with him, rejoice with him, and money was flowing with money. Let's get to watch the video. When we return, you know, we get to look at the comments and reactions on that. Yeah, that's that about that, you know, celebrating the Baba Ejima, Baba of twins, who gave birth to, you know, and a lot of comments have been trailing in. We have this coming from Agulo saying, Chai, Alawiri, don't born twin, now wow. This line, be patient. What you inspired for will eventually come to you. He craved for it and it later come to him. I remember when he always shouting, I want born twin at 2027 when he never marry. Chai. You know, now what he called for. Now what he finally get. All right, coming to Official Dreams Designer saying Igbo men and doings. This man is obviously loved by a lot of people and must have done same for others. And still more comments. Izochuku Onyemechi coming to say on X as well, Newton's third law of motion. In quote, in every action there is always an equal and opposite reaction. And of course, if you are a giver, when it's your own time, the gesture will be reciprocated. And that's that. Mazi on X says, one beautiful thing about these marketers is that they turn up very well for their own, and he must have really been a jolly good fellow. Baba Ejima, if you could see the piling of that thing, and you are wondering, is this Naira or what? Your reaction quickly as regards the gesture, the reaction of the marketers and all that as regards Baba Ejima, the Baba of the new twins.
Well, a big shout out to him. It's his time, actually. Fate has smiled upon him. It's his time for blessing. Either he wished for twins and he got it, is because there is a grace on his head and he's working for him. If those two things that I'm looking at, if they are true, well, the Ejimas are in a good hands, actually, good thought. But that doesn't mean because that man got these donations, you go and say you want to do your Ejima as well. Okay, because that one will be on your neck and that of your wife. All right, but you know, it's a double blessing. That's what we call Adimeji around here. You have, if I like to Dimeta, two children, and of course, watts of cash.
Exactly.
And I hope the man will be quite wise with that, so that everything doesn't poof because of celebration
You're not
and
going
all
to
of those
celebrate
things.
it.
I wouldn't know what really happened. Those are serious monies, actually. Well, all the best to him.
Well, all the best to him, and congratulations to him on that. And God keep the twins and the family at large. All right, let's move away from there. Let's go to Oyo State, Nigeria, where the current governor is making rounds. You know, he declared that he will be contesting for presidency under the APM. And, you know, Nigerians, as usual, for a lot of time now, Nigerians will be waiting to hear what Mikey Day will have to say. And there was this reaction from Wike saying that his presidential ambition is dead on arrival. The back and forth is still ongoing, although he said he will not be contesting under the PDP, but he'll be going to the APM. We'll bring you the video, you get to watch it, we get to check comments as well, and then we'll wrap up. Stay with us.
Candidacy. For the position of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yeah, you've heard it from the horse's smart contestant for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Seyi Makinde, current governor of Oyo State. Femi, I want to hear your reaction. How did you feel? Were you expecting this actually, that Seyi will actually wade into the race for 2027 presidency? Were you expecting that? And your reaction quickly.
As they say, you know, you're Sheyeda, Sheyere.
Yeah.
All right, all the best to him in his quest. Well, personally, time shall tell. I'm not sure he really wants to go on the way, really, personally, because there is more than media in politics. But why not? He has shown his credential with the 210 thing. If he emerges as a presidential candidate of the APM, all the best to them, which I think he will. All right, interesting days ahead. But if he would go the full throttle, time shall tell. All the best to Seyi Makinde.
All right, let's get to look at some comments before bringing to the side of the video. Juyi Fan says, politics is too deep. All is to divide the vote from South and pave way for nothing candidate. Tinubu has made some political moves too, but if he can win the next election, then I will agree that he's Jagaban of politics. Game on. Also, we have a comment from Olayinka saying, what card is Governor Seyi Makinde playing? There's more to this declaration because I don't think he has the clout to win any state in the north, the northern and eastern parts of the country. Another opinion there coming through from Olayinka. Away from there, we also have this reaction from Akarao Ogun coming to say, only explanation is political relevance. Build up his resume so when he's genuinely ready to contest for the seat, he'll have something tangible to campaign with outside of just being a former governor. Can't fault that. All right, and that's that from there. Looking at this last comment coming through from Looking for Steve saying, I don't support this move for presidential seat. It's better he first push for senatorial seat or ministerial position. He obviously can't achieve anything under this party. Another public fund is about to be wasted. And talking about contesting for senatorial seats, I saw a list of former governors who are vying for senatorial position, and somebody posted an X and said it's like very soon the Senate chamber will become an association of former governors, ex-governors and all that. And that's that about that. I'm signing out now. I'll be leaving you with this video of Seyi Makinde's presidential ambition declaration, where we have this music. All right. Well, all right, and this is where we're wrapping it up on this segment. Apologies for not bringing you that video. There is another part to that declaration where there is a musical outro there, but apologies, I just got an information that I will not be able to bring that to you. This is where we're wrapping it up on this segment, and we wish Seyi Makinde, the governor, His Excellency Governor of Oyo State, the best in his future ambition in his political career. My name is Olufemi Alagbo. You can catch up with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Western Spring Television, and you can also watch us on our YouTube channel at Western Spring Television NG. Thank God it's Friday. We'll do this again next week, Monday. Until then, stay safe and be fine. We'll go on this break when we return it back to Femi Ojo for the conversation. Stay with us.